That statement was from the Vice Foreign Minister. His name is Liu Jianmin. Let's speak to my colleague Kerry Allen on the line from BBC Monitoring that takes a look at the world's media. So what are you seeing, Kerry?
Well, it's been fascinating the last 24 hours. And from a Chinese media perspective, the thing that struck me the most this morning is just how many newspapers have devoted their front pages to covering the ruling. And I'm talking about regional papers here that normally focus on local issues. And China has over 1,000 of these. And all across China this morning, people are seeing these very bold images that say China owns the South China Sea, it's ours, and dismissing the ruling with very graphic images.
Like what? What are the images?
Well, some of them, one of the images that's been the strongest has been pictures of China with the South China Sea included, Taiwan included, disputable areas, and basically saying this is China, nothing more, nothing less, and a lot of newspapers are just carrying on plain white paper the statement from the Foreign Ministry that basically said that the ruling by the Hague is illegal, and they're basically saying it's illegal and it has no standing whatsoever.
And what about this line about a right to set up an air defence zone? How has that been received?
Well, for months now, China's media have been making very similar statements, these kind of subtle threats to countries that they do need to bend to the will of China within East Asia, and they normally what they say within the press is that that the US is antagonizing, but that China has its rights to build military defenses. It allows. It says that China has the rights. Basically, it completely dismisses claims by other countries by saying it's better to be with us than not to be with us. So I mean, I've been seeing for months now very similar statements by the Foreign Ministry and within the Chinese press. So there's not much strength of feeling there within mainland China, but there has been this kind of subtle push to basically very subtly in newspapers to say that China and the Philippines are friendly allies, and there does seem to be some kind of middle ground for the two countries to develop, which is very much coming out in like the last paragraphs of long drawn-out essays.
And what we've seen from the Philippines is that they talked about restraint, etc. Some people said it's easy for them, they're the victors, to take that line. But of course, that's just one of the countries. I mean, if it's legally binding, there could be many more countries that are ready to take up that same sort of case when it comes to the South China Sea.
Yes, there's basically, that China hasn't changed its stance on this whatsoever. That throughout the media, this state media, the line very much does come out the same. That even though there are these subtle clauses within new statements, within new white papers that say that China can potentially negotiate new laws, etc., and new relationships with countries. It very much still pushes across the idea that China has the overall authority and just doesn't recognise anything by the Hague.
Thanks very much. That is our China analyst Kerry Allen taking a look at the fallout from that story that we were leading with yesterday. I'm speaking to